Okay, so you know how much we love a good mystery, right?
Oh, yeah.
And today's deep dive, well, it's a real doozy.
All right, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
Picture this December 1st, 1948.
Okay.
We're on a beach in Australia.
Sunny Australia.
A man dressed to the nines is found lying against a seawall.
Dressed up, huh?
Yeah, like he just sort of dozed off, you know? But there's a twist. He wasn't napping. He was dead.
Oh, wow.
And that's how the mystery of the Somerton man begins.
Oh, Somerton man, okay.
This case has been baffling people like us for decades. Decades, and we're going to try and unpack it together today.
Okay.
Figure out why it's so captivating, you know?
Right off the bat, it sounds intriguing.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, an unidentified man dead in a public place
Yeah.
and no signs of violence.
Yeah.
It just raises so many questions.
Yeah, like who was this guy?
Exactly.
And what happened to him?
Right.
And the initial findings only made things more mysterious.
More mysterious. How so?
No wallet, no ID, no labels on his clothes to give any hints at all.
No identification whatsoever.
But it gets weirder.
Weirder.
There was an unused train ticket and an unused bus ticket.
Both unused.
Yeah, and get this, a pack of expensive cigarettes, but it was filled with cheaper cigarettes.
It's like someone switched them out.
Right. Like, what's going on there?
That's strange, for sure.
What do you make of that based on what you've researched?
Well, it definitely points to someone intentionally trying to obscure details.
Right.
Maybe to hide their identity or their movements.
Yeah.
It could even be an attempt to appear from a different social class.
Ah, interesting.
The very curious detail.
And just wait, it gets even more strange.
Even stranger.
So a few days later, they find a tiny scrap of paper in his pocket with two words written in Persian, Tamam Shud.
Tamam Shud.
Do those words ring a bell based on your readings?
They do. Tamam Shud translates to finished or ended,
Okay.
which is pretty eerie considering the context.
Yeah, especially with how he was found.
Exactly.
Now, this is where it gets almost movie-like.
Movie-like.
Those words, it turns out, were torn from the last page of a specific book.
Okay.
The Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam.
The Rubaiyat.
It's a collection of Persian poems. These four-line verses often explore themes of fate and, the end of life.
Ah, okay.
And brace yourself, the police actually found a copy of this very book.
No way.
With that exact page missing.
Wow, what a coincidence.
In an abandoned car near where the body was found.
So they're connected somehow.
What are the chances, right?
That's a pretty incredible link.
It really is, and it gets even crazier.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Inside this book, the police uncovered a coded message.
Coded message.
Oh, wow.
And a phone number.
This is like something out of a spy thriller.
I know, right? And to this day, that code remains a complete mystery.
A real head-scratcher.
What have you come across in terms of theories about this code?
Oh, there's a whole bunch. Some say it's just gibberish, no meaning at all. Others believe it's some super important coded message.
Maybe something to do with espionage, considering it was a Cold War era.
That's a popular theory.
The fact that it's never been cracked just adds to the allure,
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. Now that phone number leads us to our next piece of the puzzle.
Okay, the phone number.
It belonged to a woman named Jessica Thompson, who lived pretty close to where the body was discovered.
Jessica Thompson, all right.
What are the key things you remember about her involvement in the case?
Well, Jessica Thompson, she's a central figure, but also a very enigmatic one.
Enigmatic in what way?
When the police showed her a photograph of the Somerton man, she denied knowing him.
Okay.
But the officers described her reaction as one of pure shock.
Shock.
Like she had seen a ghost or something.
Wow.
So why the denial, but such a strong physical response?
Right, like what was she hiding?
Was it fear, surprise, or maybe some kind of recognition she didn't want to reveal?
It's definitely suspicious. So with all these pieces of the puzzle laid out, the big question remains.
The big question.
Who was this man? And how did he die? There were no obvious signs of violence and no traces of poison found in the forensic analysis.
So no clear cause of death.
Which, of course, has led to tons of theories over the years.
I bet.
Some speculate it was Cold War espionage, secret agent stuff.
Right.
Others think maybe it was a love affair gone tragically wrong.
A broken heart.
Or even that he possessed some dangerous secret.
Someone silenced him, perhaps.
It's fascinating how the lack of a clear explanation fuels so many different interpretations.
Oh, absolutely. The Cold War backdrop just adds to the intrigue.
Oh, it does.
But like you said, it could also be a much more personal and painful story.
Yeah, exactly. So there you have it, the Somerton man.
Quite the mystery.
A puzzle that has stumped generations of investigators.
And us too.
A man with no known identity. a mysterious phrase from a book of poems,
Right.
an unbreakable code, and a woman with a very telling reaction.
It's like all the elements of a perfect mystery rolled into one.
And for you, having delved into this case, do you think the answer to this whole mystery could be hidden in some tiny detail that's been overlooked all this time?
That's a good question.
Maybe some seemingly insignificant piece of information that could unlock the truth behind this fascinating
And unsettling.
and unsettling case.
Yeah, it definitely makes you wonder.
It really does.
What if the key is right there staring us in the face?
Makes you want to go back and re-examine everything.
Every single detail.
You never know.